What is up, Evil Dead fans? We're going to talk a little bit about grills and a little bit about other things I'm doing. First thing we're going to talk about is you're building a chainsaw for the first time. You're not exactly sure what you want to do. You may want to go with a mutant, something that's a little bit of something here, something there, or you want to go screen specific. So I have a bunch of grills here. Let's go over them. Okay, the first one we're going to look at Chris's Evil Dead 2 one. If you're going Evil Dead 2, you want to definitely get one from Chris Pollock. It's thicker, has all the indentions and dents. If you're doing Army of Darkness as well, you definitely want to get one of his. And if you buy one of his and you recast it, I think we all know where it came from. So don't do that. Recasters are assholes. So you want to definitely go with a thicker one like this if you're doing Evil Dead 2 Army of Darkness. Now you could go with the just generic, what was known at the time, what people called the, the all-around grill, which I have one right here, and it's thicker, but it's nice and straight. So you could go with this, and you can actually form this to how you want it. If you want it thinner, you can go thinner. For just a general chainsaw. Another one, this isn't one that's been sold. This was given to me by my good friend Joe Rylett and Allie Rylett. Hey guys, I love you guys and I miss you. This, if I remember right, this is made for like a speaker grill. If you put a speaker behind it, or a speaker piece behind the grill, excuse me. But if you look at the thickness, I mean the different grills here are not accurate at all, but the thickness is like thick like the PDF for Ash vs. Evil Dead. Now let's get into something else with Ash vs. Evil Dead. Now I made this last night, and just to let you guys know, I am making another Ash vs. Evil Dead for myself. It's going to be episode 1, season 1, not the working one like I did before. This is going to be the exact one that was sitting on Ash's trailer wall that he fought Vivian with and got kicked up by Pablo with his foot. Now what I did is I made a grill that's very specific. Look at the thickness, it's very thin. And the reason why I came up with this thickness is when it was kicked up, it's very thin. But everything else, the roundness and everything is proper to that specific chainsaw. Now, what I plan on doing with this, if you're doing Ash vs. Evil Dead, you can go with this. You can go, like, they're all over the place with the grills in Ash vs. Evil Dead. There's some that are a little thicker and they're flatter. There's some that are rounded and a little thicker. But I'm the only one who made this super thin one. Now, what I plan on doing with this is I'm going to make a mold of it to where I have a little bit of a thicker base. So I can go with a little bit thicker or go with the super thin. The super thin has never been done before, but it's still got all the details into it of Ash vs. Evil Dead. Now, the standard PDF file thickness, look at the difference here. See how much thicker this one is? So if I put a thicker base on it, it's going to be just right up there. So I'm going to have both. And if you want one of these for sale, or want to buy one of these, let me know because I'll have both available. And I actually used an old one that I used off an old chainsaw. I think this one came off of my Army of Darkness chainsaw before I put Chris's on there. I sand down a piece like this from this. Look at the big difference. So if you're going Evil Dead 2, or Army of Darkness, definitely get a hold of Chris Pollock and get one of these beauties. This one is for Al, because I'm revamping his chainsaw for him. Also, there is a PDF file out there to get that thickness, right? And, sorry, I got a bunch of notifications coming across my screen right now. Sorry for the pause. To get that thickness. But if you want to go a little more accurate with Ash vs. Evil Dead, you definitely want to get a hold of something like this that I do. And I'm the only one who has the super thin ones. And I'm going to make them a little thinner. But if you want something that's more PDF file thick, there's a lot of good sellers out there. I know Levy was making them. Also, I know Atomy Creations, they're making them as well. And I did have one of Atomia's. I saw it firsthand. It looks great. It's fantastic. Great. It's a great piece. I sent it out to my friend Ronanik because he builds his own chainsaws for cons and things like that, and I figured he would appreciate that because at the time, I was doing completely different stuff. So, but yeah, there's the PDF thickness, and there's the super thin thickness of when it's flying through the air from when Pablo's kicking it up. But yeah, that's really it. I mean, it's a really quick little thing to talk about. Another thing I need to talk about. There is a new Facebook page out there. It's called the Ghostbeaters, Ash vs. Evil Dead. I am one of the admins there, and that is the only place. It is a closed page. It's not a public page. It's a closed page. The only place you're going to see my post-apocalyptic chainsaw in progress, since it is a closed page. Now, what's going on, the reason why it's closed, is a lot of people wanted a closed page, and they're joining because they like, that's kind of their thing. And, when it comes to post-apocalyptic chainsaw, the thing is, when I talk about people trying to take my design, what they're trying to do is they want my design. They don't want to build it, but they want to put it on t-shirts and shit like that and say that that's theirs. So that's why it's on a closed group. And luckily I'm an admin there, and I can weed out anybody who's involved with that kind of bullshit. But the post-apocalyptic chainsaw, dear Lord, I'm about, I'd say 20% done with it, but it is sick as fuck. I'm sorry for cussing, but I love it. On the Ghostbeaters Ash vs. Evil Dead page that I'm an admin on, I put a few posts on there tonight of the new muffler piece that's been done and the side piece. And I labeled off a bunch of stuff for the side pull string side of all the little different details, just that specific side that it came from. You have Evil Dead 2 on that. You have Army of Darkness on that. You have Ash vs. Evil Dead on that side. Just that specific piece. And it's amazing how much detail you can get into one thing. And I'm super stoked for it. I know a lot of people cannot see, they have that saying that you can't see the forest for the trees. And this has been a thing with me. A lot of people, they see updates that I do through the past. And then once I finally get done with it, when it's being done, they're like, that's pretty cool. And when it's done, they're like, holy crap, that's great. So this post-apocalyptic one, it's right there. And I am so stoked for it to be done. So what I'm doing, guys, is I'm going to have new videos for Ash vs. Evil Dead. That specific chainsaw. I plan on doing the very, very first one. I have a ton of new screen caps for it. It's going to be very specific. It's so specific that the body bolts and everything have to be perfect, even though a lot of the other ones are kind of all over the place. And I plan on doing the last one you see from Ash vs. Evil Dead 2. Or not 2, but as well. And I'm super stoked about doing that one as well. Just to have the first and the last. And these ones are going to be in my personal collection. They're not going anywhere. And really, that's it. So be ready when I'm done with the post-apocalyptic one. I will show you guys new things when it comes to the Ash vs. Evil Dead chainsaws. Since we're getting really super specific with specific chainsaws, not just the all-around Ash vs. Evil Dead. We're going to scene specific. Again, I did the working one, the working look. Now we're going with the first appearance and then the last appearance. And it's going to be craziness, guys. I'm super stoked on doing it. Like I said, I keep saying super stoked, but that's how excited I am. And the post-apocalyptic one, if you guys want behind the scenes of how that's getting done, you have to join the Ghostbeaters Ash vs. Evil Dead on Facebook. I'm an admin there. If you're a piece of trash, which none of you guys are, my subscribers are not pieces of trash, but if you're one of those people trying to take my design, I know who you are. So, but yeah, if you want to join that, find it. It's Ghostbeaters, little upper dot, bottom dot, Ash vs. Evil Dead. And a lot of good stuff's going on there. And the thing is, it's Ghostbusters, Ghostbeaters, Ash vs. Evil Dead. Remember, if you want to be part of that, here's some rules. You don't go in business for yourself. You don't sell your shit there. I don't care what you build and how good it is. That's not the point of the page. We're going to be working with some charities, do some charitable work at some point. Patches are being made. And Roger Allen Baker, founder of Ultravec Studios, he is the founder of it and an admin. He's making the full-on patches for members. They will cost money because they are not cheap to make, and I can't wait to get them. The only way to know what they look like is to be part of the Ghostbeaters as well. But It's going to be incredible, guys. Get ready for a lot of cool shit coming your way. A lot of new details, a lot of different things here and there in the post-apocalyptic chainsaw, and I am super stoked to get it done. Show you guys firsthand what it's like. And remember, if you want to check that out or even other cool stuff that's on the Ghostbeaters page, it's a pretty fresh page. Post whatever you want except for memes. You can post memes, but just be kind of here and there with them. Memes get a little old. And enjoy it. And if you want, like I said, you want firsthand to see what's happening with the post-apocalyptic chainsaw, that is the place to be. I am still part of the KOS Knights of Samaria page, but I don't post any of that over there because it is a public group. All the stuff I'm going to do with this, all the secret shit that I'm going to talk about will be on the Ghostbeaters page. Remember, it's Ghostbeaters, upper dot, bottom dot, you know, the little dot dot kind of thing. Ghostbeaters, dot dot, Ash vs. Evil Dead. So look it up, come join us. It's going to be a good time, and you guys get to see a lot of cool shit that I do that I don't do here or on the Knights of Samaria page. So until next time, you guys stay groovy, and for the Ghostbeaters, it's Ghostbeaters for life.